So monomer for DNA is actually nucleotide, right? So always you should be able to compare the monomers for DNA and RNA. So monomer for DNA is nucleotide, but it is deoxyribonucleotide. You know what I mean? So it is a nucleotide that looks like this base. Okay? And then it has phosphate groups like this, right? Okay? So for DNA, first of all, the second carbon, okay, 1, 2. So second carbon actually has H instead of OH. Okay? So this part is actually deoxyribose. Another one is base for DNA is 4 different, right? So there could be purine, AG, okay, or TC, which is pyrimidine. Okay? So always A actually forms hydrogen bonds with T, G always forms hydrogen bonds with C in the complementary DNA strand. Okay? So that's the monomer for DNA. For RNA, it's kind of different, right? So for RNA, it is ribonucleotide. Okay? So instead of H at the second carbon, it is OH. Okay? So it is just ribose, not deoxyribose. Okay? And also for base, instead of T, you form U, uracil. All right? So it is actually AU pair and then GC pair for RNA. Okay? So if mRNA is actually formed from the DNA, okay? So if you have a template DNA like this, DNA, okay? And the mRNA is actually formed from this, okay? Then the complementary base actually comes to these bases, okay? So in that case, what is complementary to A is actually U for RNA, okay? Instead of T. B, DNA contains deoxyribose, correct. C, the 2 strands are connected by hydrogen bonding. D, adenine bonds to guanine, no, okay? It is always AT pair and then GC pair. Nucleotides consist of a sugar, phosphate, and then nitrogen base, okay? Number 2, if guanine makes up 28% of the nucleotides in a sample of DNA from an organism, then thymine would make up how many percent of the nucleotides? Okay, then, okay, so if guanine make up 28% of nucleotides, okay, so always AT and GC pair. Okay, so there is a law that is called Chargaff's law. Okay, that talks about the ratio between these number of bases. Okay, so for example, if you have 28% of the nucleotides for guanine, so guanine actually has 28. Okay, then the number of C is also should be 28% because this is completely complementary to G. Okay, so the percent for these two should be the same. You know what I mean? And then the other two should be also correspondingly the same. Okay, so the rest of it is actually, this is 56%. Okay, so the rest of it is actually 44 altogether. Okay, and these two should also share the equal percentage. Okay, so it is 20%, 22% each. You know what I mean? Okay, so according to Chargaff's law, it says A plus G over T plus C. Okay, so if you get the ratio between these two, it should always equal to 1. You know what I mean? So if you add up these two, it should be 50. These two, 50, and then if you get the ratio between these two, it's going to be always 1. Okay, this is true because these two have the same percentage and these two have the same percentage. Okay, because these are complementary to each other. So the answer is B. Number 3, all of the following statements about RNA are correct except, okay, so A, there are 3 kinds of RNA, mRNA, rRNA, tRNA. RNA, in order to summarize, mRNA is actually, this is the messenger RNA. Okay, so mRNA actually gets involved in transcribing